And at this time, I'd like to call the December 7th, 2020 East Ridge Planning Commission meeting to order. Can we have roll call, please, Janet?
Chairperson Chauncey.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Tuggle.
Here.
Commission Member Howe. Here. Commission Member Miller.
Here.
Commission Member Spence.
Here.
Okay, before we get down to new business, we'll discuss the approval of the minutes from our October 5th, 2020 Planning Commission meeting. I trust everyone's had a chance to look over the minutes. And I will entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Second.
Get a motion to approve and a second. Give roll call, please.
Vice Chairperson Tuggle.
Yes.
Commission Member Howe. Yes. Commission Member Miller.
Yes.
Commission Member Spence.
Yes.
Chairperson Chauncey.
Yes. The first item on the agenda is going to be to consider the request of Jessica Bird to have the property located at 1505 Truman Avenue rezoned from C2 Commercial District to R1 Residential District.
Good evening, everyone. 1505 Truman Avenue. Owner is selling the home through the lender. Owner is selling the home. The buyer's lender will not approve the loan until the rezone is corrected from C2 Commercial District to R1 Residential District. Structure has always been used as a single-family home. Portion of Truman Avenue was blanket rezoned back in the late 80s. The staff report from RPA has no concerns with compatibility with adjacent land uses, nor does it have any concern with compatibility with development form, excuse me, nor does it have any concerns with regarding height, location, lighting, or height.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Yeah, this is a very common rezoning request. I don't think there's anything controversial about it. I would normally ask the applicant to come up and talk. That may not be necessary. But I do want to give, if there's anyone here in the audience that would like to come up and speak either against or for this rezoning request, now is the time. If you want to, this is for the 1505 Truman Avenue rezoning. If anyone here would like to come up and speak in regards to that. Sir, if you could just state your name and your address for the record, please.
Barry Owens, 8918 Villa Rica Circle, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37421. I'm the father of the buyer.
Sorry.
It is.
Is that my the little red light on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Down there? Okay. Did you get all that, Janet? Okay. Sorry, go ahead, sir.
I'm the father of the buyer, and the buyer's right there. And we certainly hope that this passes fine. We're anxious to buy the house.
Okay.
That's all I've got to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else? I see none. Yeah, well, if no one has any other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Got a motion to approve by Commission Member Tuggle and Commission Member Spence. Anyone else? Any questions? I see none. I'll have a roll call, please.
Vice Chairperson Tuggle.
Yes.
Commission Member Howe. Yes. Commission Member Miller.
Yes.
Commission Member Spence.
Yes.
Chairperson Chauncey.
Yes. That item is approved. It will go before City Council for final approval for 2 readings. The City Council will have the final approval of the rezoning request, and it'll go through 2 separate readings through the council. It most likely, I don't know, is it going to be on the agenda for Thursday night? It's not, so it'll probably be on the next meeting.
Yep.
Yeah. And we post all of our meetings on our East Ridge website, and the agenda will be on there as well. So it should be on there, and I believe you will get. Mike, correct me if I'm wrong. Will they get another notice in the mail? Yeah, they'll get another notice in the mail in regards to the rezoning.
Bi-weekly. It's every 2 weeks.
We only have 1 meeting in December, so it'll be the second Thursday in January. Mm-hmm. You'll probably have to take that up with staff, but as far as I know, I don't know if we'll be able to get it on we won't be able to get it on this Thursday's agenda.
That's correct. There's
So-
an advertising period that has to be advertised in the paper, so
Correct.
it will not be in the December one. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, that's probably the best we're gonna do, but you're definitely moving in the right direction. You're welcome, thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is gonna be to consider the request of Patrick Martin to have the property located at 845 and 855 Donaldson Road rezoned from R1 Residential District to R2 Residential Duplex District.
That's correct, Mr. Chauncey. RPA's staff recommendation, the compatibility with adjacent land uses, the uses allowed in R2 are compatible with the surrounding single-family, two-family, and multifamily residential uses. The compatibility of the developing form, the surrounding development form is consistent with traditional residential neighborhood, with a mix of housing types located on similar-sized lots. There are many duplexes mixed within the single-family homes in the vicinity of this site. Since the structure on this site are existing duplexes, the request is compatible with the surrounding development form. There were no concerns regarding location, lighting, or height. I do have a little bit of backstory on this. The 845 and 855 Donaldson Road, the owner purchased these two duplexes back in 2010. Both power was shut off on both structures in December of 2016, according to EPB. Both structures sat vacant for over 4 years, making them non-conforming to their district. Since the structure was built around 1986, at that time virtually all residential areas were zoned urban district, which allowed two-family dwellings according to Ordinance 416. With the adoption of Ordinance 416 on June the 12th, 1986, all duplexes were subject to public hearings. If approved, duplexes were issued a special permit for construction within the urban district. Now, we fast forward to 1989 with the adoption of Ordinance 481, which is our municipal zoning ordinance. This gave basically all the areas within the city identifiable zoning districts and uses permitted. All I got.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Okay, is the representative for the applicant here? Would you mind coming down, please? If you'll state your name and address for the record, please.
Lee Gates, 830 Linden Hall Road, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37415.
Yates.
Gates, G.
Gates, sorry.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Mr. Gates. Okay. So if you just want to kind of tell us, I had the opportunity to drive by the property and take a look at it. I'm going to assume that my fellow commissioners did as well. If you just want to tell us if this were to pass, what would be your intentions and plans moving forward?
We would renovate both duplexes and put them back to work as safe, reasonable houses. They've been vacant for some time.
Okay. And is there a reason that they've been vacant? Or
So I don't own it currently. So we're under contract to purchase both duplexes. I'm the owner's in California. He purchased 16 to 18 homes all in one go. These apparently fell by the wayside. They fell into pretty poor condition, and they just got on the back burner for him, and that's part of why they're in such rough shape. So I'm here as a buyer, not as an owner. Patrick Martin owns GDP Properties LLC, which is who I work for. I run the Chattanooga division of the company. So yes, sir, I'm not an owner, but I would love to be the owner and make them much less of an eyesore than what they are right now. I'm glad you took the time to drive by. I appreciate that.
Sure, yes. I probably have a couple more questions, but I'll allow my fellow commissioners if y'all have any questions for Mr. Gates.
Well, apparently this place has been set up as a duplex for some time, because I noticed there's 2 meters on the wall.
Yes, sir.
I don't see any problem with that. There's duplexes all around that area, so I don't see any problem. I mean, if anything, it's gonna make it look better.
Were they originally built as duplex?
That was actually a good question. Sorry. I don't know if he
That's
can.
an extremely astute question, and yes, ma'am, they were.
Just driving by, to me, they look like they very well could have been single-family houses, but they very well could have been duplexes too. They're kind of unconforming duplexes a little, but that was one of my main questions I had for Mr. Howell were they originally constructed as single-family houses, or, I'm sorry, duplexes? And I think that's what,
Yeah, I was unable to find any type of building permit on there since it's so long ago, 1986. We don't have anything in records of that. So
Okay.
it's hard to say if they originally designed as a single family or a duplex.
Let's see, I could show you photos of 4 kitchens,
I believe you.
if that'll help.
Then it's a quadruplex?
No, sir, it's two,
Okay,
2 parcels,
okay.
a duplex on
understand.
each. Yes, sir.
There's a total of 4 units for both structures. I mean, it's
No, sir, a total of 2 units per structure,
correct, yeah.
2 structures.
Sorry, microphone was off. The company you work for is interested in rezoning so that you'll be able to get the appropriate permits, appropriate financing to be able to redo these, right?
Absolutely,
And it's not a
yes, sir.
viable project without this because they are built as duplexes.
Unfortunately, it's critical.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And to your point earlier, I haven't done the math. Over half of what I would call the immediately surrounding area is all duplex. Many of them also of somewhat unconventional, not your typical brick 2-bedroom, 1-bath. There's a lot of really neat character. There's a lot of originality. All 4 units in question are north of 1,500 square feet.
Yeah, they're huge.
So they're very, very large,
Yeah.
multi-family structures.
The intention is to fully remodel all 4 units.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe they're going to have to go through some extensive code inspections.
That's correct. I was originally out there. Fred Lloyd, our electrical inspector, had called me and he said, "Hey, I need you to come out here and look at this structure." I'm the building official, by the way. And yeah, on the back side of it, you have extensive rot on that. So of course, permits will need to be pulled and,
Yes,
and
sir.
things of that nature. Yeah.
Certainly.
Any other questions?
Fine.
I'm good now.
Same.
Okay, Mr. Gates, thank you. You can have a seat. I'll at this time, I will give anyone else the opportunity to come forth to speak either for or against the rezoning. If anyone here would like to come up, I see none. So, no one has any other questions, concerns about the rezoning? I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion to approve by Commissioner Miller and a second by Commission Member Tuggle. Any other questions? I see none. Ms. Middleton, roll call, please.
Vice Chairperson Tuggle,
Yes.
Commission Member Howell, Yes. Commission Member Miller,
Yes.
Commission Member Spence,
Yes.
Chairperson Chauncey.
Yes. Okay, the final item on the agenda tonight is going to be the final plat signing for the Black Hawk Commons, Lot 1 through 10, Ringgold Road. And let's see. Mike, do we need a vote on the approval of this final plat? I just can't remember. It's been a while since we've done it. I know I've signed a lot of plats.
We did the zoning on this.
We did.
It's already been rezoned, gone through council. I think this is the final signing of the final plat.
That's correct. Yes.
You recall, we don't think we need to vote on I don't think we do, but I will open this up for any questions that the commission members may have in regards to the plat.
I think there was only one thing that I remember. Mr. Custer, I think, had concerns about whether or not we could get a fire truck and a trash truck in and out of there with the configuration. That was one thing they were going to try and solve, Mike.
That's correct, Mr. Tuggle. At that time, there was no turnaround on it. They have now put in a hammerhead turnaround on it, as you can
That's
see in the plat.
the
Actually, I
end.
give you guys
Okay.
this.
Okay.
I know it's hard to see in that, but yes, they have added that addition to it.
That's all I remember.
Yes. I believe Mr. Miller was concerned as well with the
Yes, I
sanitation
was.
trucks. Yes.
Very much so. That, I think that was part of the approval we had on that.
Yes, sir,
That's
it
right.
was.
So we don't admit, and if it's on the, it's kind of hard to distinguish here. But
It is.
that was
Would you
one
like
of
to see the
questions I
larger
had, but
version of it?
No, if
Okay.
you looked at it, I trust your judgment.
Yeah, myself and Brian Schultz with RPA have both reviewed it, and
But
they
if-
have corrected everything on it.
What about the fire chief?
He's looked at it as well.
And he's okay with it?
Yes, sir.
I
Okay.
believe the big issue was with the development on the other side of the road with the garbage truck, if I remember correctly.
Well, they were on both. I remember Mr. Miller specifically
Yeah,
bringing this one
that's-
up.
I just seen so many of them be developed and approved, and then you've got to back up a fire truck or back up a refuse vehicle, and that's tough to do. When you're
Yeah.
Very
talking-
much so.
I'm going to interject here just a second. Mr. Gates, I forgot to tell you that item is approved through the Planning Commission. It will go before City Council, 2 readings, about kind of like I told the other group there. So look for it on the agenda the first or second week of January. Thank you, Mr. Gates. Apologize for that. Any other questions?
I think we're good now.
Okay, that's everything on the agenda tonight. If anyone else has anything else to discuss, I see none. I will adjourn. Thank you all for coming out.